Okay, so I'm going right into the question box that I put up this morning. So I was up early and there were so many DMs came in over the weekend, so it's far easier to actually deal with them in the question box. So that's today's coffee talk. I'm going to answer all the questions. So here's the first one. So eyebrow microblading lasts indefinitely. Once you've had your 3-step process done with us, then you're invited back once a year to have a colour boost. So it's not a tint, it's not sitting on top of your eyebrows, it's under your eyebrows, so it's a tattoo. So the beauty of eyebrow microblading, it's literally just under the skin. That's also the downside of eyebrow microblading, because it's under the skin, it's exposed to the UV rays of the sunshine, it's exposed to the UV, which fades our hair, it fades our clothes. And it will break down your tattoo as well. So the pigments of nowadays, the pigments actually fade off to a lesser version of the original colour. So that's great because we can colour boost you then once a year. So say for example, if you changed your hair colour, or if you went darker, or if you actually went lighter, if you decided to let your hair go grey, we'd still colour boost you, but we would actually be able to tailor the colours accordingly. The actual treatment of step 1 is you're literally only under the microblade for 20 minutes. I advise you to allow 2 hours because the numbing and the mapping take nearly 40 minutes. And then we give you the opportunity to discuss aftercare and all the rest. So I usually advise you to allow 2 hours for that visit. Step 2 is usually only about 50 minutes long, and step 3 is 20 minutes long. Step 1 is your base layer, and that's the first part of the treatment. Step 2 is where the real magic happens, and step 3 is the refining step. So that is usually sort of the quickest step of them all. And then you're good to go for a whole year before colour boost. Okay, so the rates vary. If the work is faded enough, I charge for a first session because these brows will be built from scratch by me. So I charge a non-Browtique fee, €300. So ideally, I want you to have your brows to have faded by a minimum of 50%. Now, if there's colour remaining, I also charge for colour corrective work. I don't proclaim to do colour corrections, but if there is corrective work to be done, I will discuss it with you and we will discuss it between us. I will never proclaim to do corrective work from other technicians, but I don't know a lot of the products that other technicians use. I work with 5 amazing brands myself. And if I don't know what the products are, I might not take you on. So comfort. If I have to work over pre-existing work, reworks are far more challenging. And sometimes I might even advise you to have laser, to have the eyebrow tattoo removed before I'll start working with you. So our fees are the same as anybody of my caliber. So our fee is €550, and that includes 3 visits, the last one being complimentary, and you're complimentary. We don't charge for the gift aftercare either. So yes, you do have input, and on the day that you're coming to have your eyebrows done, we ask you to apply your brow products as you usually like them, so that we get an idea as to what you might like. We also take into consideration your face shape and your facial morphology. Then if you leave it to us because you don't know what would suit you best, I'll design your eyebrow with taking into consideration your preference, your face shape, and using the facial morphology tools that we have that will design and suggest the best brow. We're not symmetrical, and all our facial structures are all different. So I don't like to overcorrect brows to make them too perfect, because I don't want you to look too plastic. So it's nice to actually have some very minor irregularities. The other thing as well is that naturally our brow hairs grow upwards at the start, sideways at the body, and from the arch to the tail they naturally go downwards. But I go along the existing brow hair direction growth that you have too. Then between us, we use the colour that is suited to you. We take into consideration the colour of your eyebrow hair, your skin tone, and how you like to wear your brow products. So bring your brow pencil with you. I typically work with a range of 2 to 3 colours that I swatch, and I show them to you before we get cracking. So yeah, you're very much involved in the process. I don't suddenly, you walk in and I take over. If you're open to suggestion, because the universe isn't fair. Typically, normal skin and dry skin heals the best, and oily combination skin heals the least best. Is that the right one? And usually anybody who's got oily skin or anybody who has got combination skin, I generally recommend that they don't have microblading on its own. I suggest that they have the Blade and Shade treatment, which is a powdered look. But ultimately, skin type, lifestyle, hormones, skincare, exposure to UV rays, these are all contributing factors that pertain to retention. Look, I personally have oily skin and I feel you. So if you have oily skin like me, well then you'll find that it starts to fade after 6 months. I have to have my colour boost done every 8 months approximately, although they haven't been done in some time now, but yeah. All right. So from a pain point of view, it's one of the questions that people ask us as soon as they ring looking for an appointment. Look, we've got a triple anaesthetic in Brow T Cork. The usual pain is about a 2 out of 10. Threading is far sorer. So we use a lidocaine cream, we use a lidocaine gel, and we use a lidocaine liquid. And in the lidocaine cream, that's at the start, that's got 3 anaesthetics in it as well. So really, you're getting 6 anaesthetics. We get you as comfortable as we legally can. Yes, I can understand your anxiety when it comes to COVID, and there has been a lot of very unscrupulous people out there, and I'm really saddened by all of this. But we are COVID. So we are COVID compliant. We have the approval of the Health and Safety Authority. And the GPs and oncologists are still sending clients to us. So they do trust us. Everybody has to play their part. So I suggest that if you are having anxiety in relation to COVID, it's better that you pop and have a chat with your GP before you come and make an appointment with us, because nothing is absolutely foolproof. So during the healing phase, you'll get your Bible of aftercare from us, and I want you to, bossy nurse here now, and I don't mind saying it, that follow the aftercare as I ask you, and everything will go fine from your healing point of view. I had 2 doctors this week as clients, and I said to them, I'm a bossy nurse, and they said, fine. Be the bossy nurse. I'll do exactly as you say. So it's so fun. Just do what I say. You'll get on fine. Ongoingly, I want you to wear your SPF then, because that will protect your tattoo from the UV rays, and anything that causes skin regeneration, like that's going to fade your brows faster. So retinols, acids, exfoliants. Use gentle cleansers, toners if you use that. I'm not a skincare specialist now. I need to talk to Sharna in relation to this. Moisturizers as is suggested by Sharna, and keep your skin well hydrated. So drink lots of water. So the books are full for most of October, and there's a couple of appointments left for November. But things changed this week because of the phase 3 with Dublin COVID. So the Dublin clients that I have, because they're in phase 3, have had to be rescheduled out. So give us a call or give us an email. You'd be surprised. There are a couple of slots. So it could be your lucky day. That's the first thing. The other thing is that I am so fearful for the Dublin clients that when they are out of phase 3, the Cork will have gone into phase 3. Oh, lads, this is all a nightmare. But anyway, we're juggling. So the Health and Safety Authority recommends that we have 40 minutes in between each client. So in order to have a normal working day, I don't take anything more than 4 clients in a day. Anybody who's got cancer, I see between 7 and 9 a.m. So this is what's recommended by the Health and Safety Authority. So we are COVID compliant. So there was a time I used to be able to see 6 and even 7 clients in a day, but that has changed now. A similar question to the last time. So I book out 2 hours for the first session, and that's with a built-in consultation, brow design, numbing, colour swatching, the procedure, the aftercare, and the photographs. I don't rush anybody. No rushing. No time for rushing. I'm just like, to rush is to lose time, in my opinion. I give each client the same amount of time and respect when it comes to how would I know if the style is right for me? Well, we'd start by going over photographs of brows that you like. Some people sort of bring screenshots of brows that they like, and photographs of you and how you typically like your brows. And then we custom fit them for your face. And as for technique, different skin types and lifestyles requires different methods to deliver your eyebrows. So I'll guide you in the right direction. So we consult together. I believe that everybody would benefit from a little bit of shading. It doesn't have to be a heavy amount of shading. It can just be a light colour wash, like I did in Derval O'Rourke, for example. And that gives a lovely powdered... Oh, thanks very much. Well, that didn't happen overnight. That is from years and years and years of practice. Bear in mind that I'm at this 8 years, 5 days a week, all day, every day, 6 days a week. And, you know, a lot of people would often ask me to know, would they train up, because they think that they just have to do a 2-day course and that they're on the same road as me. No. And I firmly believe my years of nursing, particularly when it comes to bloodborne pathogens, cross-contamination and sterility, etc., and the anatomy and physiology of the skin stands to me more than anything. Okay, I'll save the rest of the questions for coffee talk tomorrow morning. The last thing, you know that I am in the dream team of Helping Hands Cancer Support. I'll put our handle here.